¿Qué tal, amigos de Película? Estamos nada más ni nada menos que en la mansión del rey de rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Y tenemos todas las entrevistas con el cast de esta película que ya estará en cines. Así que no se pierdan este gran especial de Película.
It was my destiny. I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley. Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready. Ready to fly.
What do you like the most about the way this Elvis story is told?
I had never seen a picture of Colonel Tom Parker. I didn't know what he looked like until Baz Luhrmann came in and said, this movie is going to start with Colonel Tom Parker. And I said, okay, whoa, that's never been done before. Because nobody knows. I mean, outside of, you know, the hip few, nobody knows what Colonel Tom Parker did or was. They know the name, they know a bit of the legend, maybe they know he was a cheap carny. That's how he started out. And as soon as I heard that, I thought, well, Baz is actually onto something brand new here. This is not just a new way in order to put Elvis Presley up on screen singing and dancing. This could actually be a deep dive into how he ended up there and why. As soon as I'm not a selfish guy. Nothing wrong with being in a movie with Austin Butler as Elvis Presley, provided every now and again he and I get together and talk like two guys who are on the same mission, and that mission was immortality. And for themselves, he got it for Elvis, and in some way, he got it for himself as well.
He's a young singer from Memphis, Tennessee. Give him a warm hayride welcome, Mr. Elvis Presley.
Get a haircut, buttercup.
In that moment, I watched that skinny boy transform into a superhero.
Austin, thank you for being with us in the película, and I want to know, your interpretation is amazing. How did you prepare your character? How did you prepare it?
I just spent 2 years doing nothing else. It's that thing where when you first approach it, it feels nearly impossible. It's like climbing Mount Everest. Like, I keep using that analogy because it's that thing where it's just there's so much pressure. And for me, it was just this one step at a time. So that was at first just soaking in everything. And then really just trying to strip away the icon or the caricature or all those ideas that people have about Elvis and these misconceptions, and just getting down to his humanity as much as possible. And there's all the technical things like working on my voice and physical. I had an amazing team around me, my movement coach, Polly Bennett, and watching endless hours of footage and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, it was all about finding it from the inside as much as I could.
Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about Elvis Presley.
Presley, try not to move around so much during the tape.
I can't move, I can't sing.
How did you choose the perspective to tell this story? Because it's different perspective that the people know.
Well, I know I've been a great admirer of Shakespeare, and he'll take a historical figure and he'll explore a big idea. And I was like, Elvis, if I'm gonna do it, yeah. But then we're like, oh, if you think of like, if you look at Amadeus, which is a film I love, it's actually Salieri's story, and you go, who's Salieri? Well, that's what Salieri's asking. He's like, I'm the most famous composer of all time. Who's this Mozart guy? So finding this two-hander between Tom Hanks's character and Elvis, him telling the story saying, I didn't kill Elvis, I'll tell you who did. Yeah. And that's what you have to find out at the end of the movie. Who killed Elvis?
I think the colonel.
I mean, that's right. He argues that he didn't. Well, I don't know. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, because that's not my job. My job is to have you and people who come and see the movie all go out to dinner later and argue, or not argue, or laugh, or drink, or play the music, or not drink, or and in Rio, or wherever they are, is to actually commune in what the story makes you feel. And feel is the key word. I make theatrical movies, and I want people to go into dark rooms called theaters and feel. So that's what I try and do.
I need to get back to who I really am.
How was to play a character from 16 or 14 years ago?
I'd been that age, you know, and so I think it's easier to play something that you have experienced. I think, you know, one of the exciting aspects of joining this film was being able to play a progression of ages over a long period of time and being able to show sort of the development of womanhood, I think. I think that was always really exciting for me as well. So I think being able to play that age gap from young all the way to, you know, late 20s and sort of the transformation that takes place, whether that's physical, with what she wears and how she presents herself, or mental, the way that she carries herself. It was, yeah, an exciting opportunity.
We are the same, you and I. We are two odd, lonely children reaching for eternity. The greatest show on earth.